Why Selena Gomez needed to wait for this exact moment to release new music. It's a new day for Selena Gomez. With 4 long years between us and the pop princess' last album, 2015's Revival, she's finally kickstarted a new era. It's not as though it's been radio silence from her in the meantime, what with the handful of one-off singles like Bad Liar and Back to You and killer collabs like Wolves and Taki Taki, but Sel's certainly kept us waiting for a more substantive release that would indicate the long-awaited next album was, at long last, on its way. With 2 new songs dropped in the span of 24 hours, that time has arrived. And with self-love ballad Lose You to Love Me and slinky up-tempo bop Look at Her Now, Selena's not just back, but she's getting real in a way she never really has before. And after everything that's gone down since she's been away, can you really blame her? It's a new day for Selena Gomez. With 4 long years between us and the pop princess' last album, 2015's Revival, she's finally kickstarted a new era. It's not as though it's been radio silence from her in the meantime, what with the handful of one-off singles like Bad Liar and Back to You and killer collabs like Wolves and Taki Taki, but Sel's certainly kept us waiting for a more substantive release that would indicate the long-awaited next album was, at long last, on its way. With 2 new songs dropped in the span of 24 hours, that time has arrived. And with self-love ballad Lose You to Love Me and slinky up-tempo bop Look at Her Now, Selena's not just back, but she's getting real in a way she never really has before. And after everything that's gone down since she's been away, can you really blame her? Since Revival, Selena's not just starred in a couple of films and become a successful television producer, serving as EP for Netflix's wildly popular teen drama 13 Reasons Why, as well as their just released docuseries Living Undocumented, partnered with Coach and Puma, and been named Billboard Woman of the Year in 2017, but she faced more than her fair share of setbacks, as well. She made a return to rehab in 2016 to focus on her mental health, revealed in 2017 that she dipped out of the spotlight to receive a kidney transplant from friend Francia Raisa and subsequently recover from what proved to be a tougher than expected surgery, dated The Weeknd for a spell before splitting and reconciling with infamous former boyfriend Justin Bieber in late 2017, only to split for what would be the last time in March 2018, just months before he got back together with now wife Hailey Bieber, and A. Baldwin. All the while, she was slowly chipping away at what will be her 3rd solo studio album, which followed the 3 she released as frontwoman of the band Selena Gomez and the scene beginning a decade ago. And, in fact, she very nearly released the LP 2 years ago, she revealed to Ryan Seacrest during an appearance to promote the new material on Thursday, October 24th. It's been 4 years since I've been working on this album and it's actually perfect timing because I was going to release it 2 years ago and none of the words that I'm speaking would have existed, she admitted without going too further into detail. Whatever the reason, it allowed for her to incorporate parts of her story, most notably her recent heartbreaks, in the 2 newest tracks. On Lose You, a song she co-wrote with frequent collaborators Julia Michaels and Justin Trender, as well as Mash's Larson and Robin Fredrickson, she makes direct references to the fallout from her final split with Bieber as she sings over sparse production courtesy of Billie Eilish's brother Phineas. This song was inspired by many things that have happened in my life since releasing my last album, she said of the track in a press release. I thought it was important to share the music, as I know many can relate to the fact that the road to self-discovery generally comes through the scars in one's life. I want people to feel hope and to know you will come out the other side stronger and a better version of yourself. After revealing to Radio Disney host Candice Valdez that she wrote the emotional track over a year ago, it's interesting to see how far I've come from that point to now. Me sharing my story is exactly what I've always done, she added. I can't be unauthentic. I can't pretend that I'm not going through something when it's obvious that I had been. She revealed to Seacrest that she never would have been able to release it at that time. That wouldn't have happened, Selena conceded. It took me a long time to get through it, but, now it's fun. I'm smiling. It's so great, She followed Lose You and its wrenching black and white accompanying video with the high energy Look at Her Now and its video, a technicolor vision and a lesson in contrasts with its tight choreography and fierce looks. And while, thematically, the lyrics tread similar ground, here, Selena empowered both herself and the millions of people listening with a pertinent reminder: she knows she'll find love only if she wants it. I wrote it as a story. I wanted that perspective because I also want to show that there's so much strength in being and claiming who you are, especially for me as a woman, she told Seacrest of the track, adding that wanted to release the track for her ride or die fans. They've stood by me for years and they've walked with me through everything I've gone through, she said. I just wanted to let them know I was good. And if you're wondering how Bieber and his bride are taking the dual releases, the answer is, surprisingly, in stride. It isn't ideal for Hailey, but she understands the creative process of writing music and that Justin had a past, a source told E! News. Justin has completely moved on from that chapter of his life and understands that Selena is allowed to reflect on the past in her own way. Justin and Hailey both want Selena to be happy and in a good place and aren't fazed by it. While Selena's keeping further details about the album, like a release date or even a title, close to the vest, she did promise her fans that the best is yet to come. All I know is these 2 songs were me wrapping up a chapter in a pretty little bow, and the rest of the album is all about where I am now and where I'm going, she told Seacrest. So, in my opinion, these are great songs, but I've saved the best for later. We can hardly wait.